And we're back.
Look who's back. JD's back.
No, it's the same JD.
No, JD's back. Take another look. Look away. Look back. See, I told you he was here.
Oh, did you like this little magic trick? How about that?
Man,
Where you been, man?
You got some serious Riz there.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't
Appreciate
think that's how that's where you. Is that right?
That's what they're
It's
telling
so
me in the earpiece
great
here. It
having
is right.
your Giat back in that seat.
So is this supposed to be like a weekly thing? What I didn't.
You didn't get the memo.
I didn't ask, so it's half on me. So
You just didn't show up.
I didn't know. Well, I didn't
Okay.
ask, but I didn't know.
Well,
so
all right.
we're doing weekly now.
Yeah, this is kind of a thing. We're doing this.
Okay, all
yeah,
right,
if
all
you
right.
could just
I
be
thought
here.
it was quintly, every 5
Is
weeks.
this another word we have to keep up with?
Quintly.
I think I went to school with Quintley.
All I know is Riz.
I like those shades
Yeah,
today, Lawman.
I think the gold glasses is some strong Riz.
It's very strong.
Man, hot dad summer is in full effect right
Hot
now.
dad
Oh,
summer.
gosh.
Thank you to Wardrobe and our staff today.
Yeah.
They really pulled a good one. I like
I'm
it.
actually shocked that your Charlie Daniels band is not signed.
It's on the back.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
No. Love me some Charlie.
Yeah.
Long hair country boy.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I have no idea what's going on in this episode today.
We're
Do
coming
you
in.
ever know what's going on?
Coming
Not
in
really.
super hot.
We're
But Benny the kid's coming in strong.
Benny the kid set it all
He's
up
coming
for
in
us.
hot.
So,
coming in hot.
I feel like that's the role you're stepping into. Producer.
I
He's
mean,
always been the producer.
Yeah.
I mean, but like
From the front though.
from the front of the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. Man,
I had to clarify that for everybody.
Thank you. See, you're getting it. You're okay.
He's picking it up.
I was like, man, 5 minutes in, we're
Yeah.
That was not intentional.
Are you gonna
That
dip
just
that
tells me
cigar?
where your
Maybe
mind
it
is
never
right
is.
now.
Are you going to dip that cigar again this week?
I'm gonna dip it every week.
Okay, that's good.
Hey,
What?
it's how you like it.
Hey, yeah,
There's no
producer. Yeah.
How are we getting along over there?
Producer,
What are we
we're getting
doing?
along great. So, hey, 2 weeks ago, we had a whole lot of new stuff that came in the mail, and we tasted all that, right?
This week we got new stuff.
We've had packages
This guy's
lining
back.
up.
We got,
That's new.
that is new.
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, old, now back to new. But speaking of old, I was thinking this week we could get real old.
Okay.
Old.
I'm noticing
Old school.
a theme.
Old school.
Old school, old whiskey, and old tricks with another shootout.
I feel
This-
like I'm missing something.
It's the old shootout. We've got
everything's
old
old. I got it.
Granddad.
Everything's
We've
named
got
old.
elk.
Okay.
We've got old Overholt, and
Okay.
we've got old line.
All good choices.
I think old Benny over there is trying to get us drunk.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm not opposed.
Nothing like getting
How,
drunk
how
on
are
a
we playing
weekday.
this game?
Yeah. How do we do this?
All right, here's how we're playing the game. We're going to go down the line, and we're going to sip each of them, and we're going to give some notes on them, talk about whether we like them or not, because some in here, old line's a single malt. We know how we feel about single malts. I'll be interested to get your thoughts on it.
I ain't mad at him.
I'm a big fan of them. JP, on the other hand,
Do not like them.
That being said, I thought it would also be a little fun to give you some history lessons and just talk about some really, I did a little research on all these old whiskeys along the way, and there's a lot of weird stuff about them that I just did not know, and I thought our listeners might want to get chimed in on as well.
All right.
And last but not least, these are all pretty vastly different whiskeys. So I'm not going to tell you what order they're in. I want you to guess what they are, and I will be making fun of you if you get them wrong.
Oh, we're blind.
We're blind.
They're not poured in that order.
Coming
They're
in
not
blind.
poured in that order.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Now, this should be pretty easy to figure out.
You say that.
In theory.
Every time you say that.
Because, a bourbon, was this a weeder?
Yeah.
Well, you got a 100 proof bourbon, an 88 proof bourbon. Let me double check.
Is that a weeded bourbon? Or
It
just,
is.
You're kind of giving away a lot of the clues right now.
Old elk is a weeded.
And then you have a rye, and then you are
single
single
malt.
malt. So, in theory, we should.
In theory.
Yeah. But in reality, you know exactly how it's going to
In reality, we always suck at this.
Everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the face. So,
So why don't we go ahead
Is that another one you're saying?
Now it's
Is
Mike
that like-
Tyson.
yeah, Mike Tyson.
Is it Mike Tyson?
It is.
It all,
I
it
missed-
all looks simple until you start second guessing yourself.
Okay. I missed that one. All right.
JD, he got it.
He did get it.
I'm tracking.
Yeah, hey, we got it going on.
Are we going left
Riz,
to right?
man.
We're going
Riz.
left to right.
Left to right.
Let's
Left
jump
to
right in.
Okay.
That's a heavy pour right there, Benny.
You can thank Lieutenant Dan for that one.
Okay, Lieutenant Dan,
nose.
that's a heavy pour.
Thank you, Lieutenant Dan.
Kind of a sweet, spicy nose.
Real sweet.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I beat you to it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know exactly what that is.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yep, I do.
Well, let's go down the line. Why don't everyone tell me what you think it is?
Hang on. What are our options again? We got Old Elk, Old Overholt, Old Line, and
Old Granddad.
Granddad. Okay. Do we have to guess yet?
Oh, so you're gonna reveal one at a time.
Yeah, I was planning on revealing. Well, I guess in hindsight, if I reveal one at a time, then you'll
Then we'll know what the last one is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a great producer.
It's not
Come
like
on,
we haven't
producer.
done
What do you got?
It's not like we haven't done this 1,000
for the last
times.
6 years. So
All right, let's keep going down the line.
Keep going on the line.
All right, all
all
right.
right, all right.
First one.
Maybe we pick favorites
I
and
got-
then we start revealing.
Okay, I got that one there. All right.
Keep in mind what it is.
Palette.
Yep.
Oh, that's a different
Oh,
nose.
You already took a sip over there.
Yeah.
Whatever
Sorry.
happened to Cheers? Nobody wants
I
to
cheers this at the
anymore?
beginning. It was
Nobody cares.
That
I'm
cheers
in the
was,
zone.
that applied to all
It's a
four.
continuous cheer.
That was
Yeah,
a,
it was just a-
sustained cheers.
Sustained.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A perpetual cheers.
Hey, you remember that last episode we talked about dill? You never get dill, or why would you even like amplify dill?
Yeah.
I got it.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
this has got
dill.
dill on the tail end of it.
What a deal for you.
Remember that hot dad summer thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still going. Now he's got the jokes.
It never stops with that one. And proofs are around the same on these. Well, the old Overholt, that's going to be
They're all pretty close.
100 Or 114, sorry.
Interesting. Okay, I
Old
think I
line
know what that is.
86.
Think you know what it is?
I think so.
Thoughts on it? Like it? Dislike it?
It's got that dill thing on it. Like it's got a
The real
strong
dill?
The for real dill, but it's funky.
That was the coolest thing
It's
you've ever
got
said.
a.
Is it the coolest thing I ever did?
The for real
I
dill.
actually had to think about it really hard to say it. Otherwise, I would have said it right.
You had a note, JD?
It's got a really hot, spicy finish, cinnamon spice finish to it. It's good.
It is good.
A little bit more proof on it, I feel like.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's jump
Moving on.
to the third. Make sure to save a little bit on each of them as well, so that when we get to revealing and I start giving you fun stories, you can go back and enjoy them. Now that's sweet on the nose.
Man, you did a good. These are actually. This is a great shootout. There's so much.
It is,
difference.
'cause-
there's so much complexity between the three.
This one is interesting. It's got a little funk to it.
It's a little
I
funky.
know what that is.
I think I know what this is.
Yeah.
All right. And number 4, I get like chocolate cake, like dark chocolate cake.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Lawman, did you have a sip of number 4?
I did.
How you feeling about it?
You know, you're. I'm quite surprised. You've picked a really tough lineup because there's so much uniqueness going on with each one, but it's very complex flavors, and against one another, it's literally like
You start getting mixed up. You start
you get
second
mixed
guessing
up,
yourself.
and it becomes a proverbial shell game where you're moving the shell back and forth, and I'm guaranteeing, and that's it. And you pull it up, and there's no little, marble underneath the shell. It's you're throwing me for a loop, man. I don't like it.
How about everyone
Pick a favorite.
slides their favorite forward on the count of 3?
I know mine.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Okay. All
We're
different.
all different.
Everyone picked a different
Wow.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
one. Wow.
that's good to know. We got variety here.
Leave it forward. That way we
Okay.
can come back as we guess, because that's not.
So, okay, how about this? Everybody tell me what you think your favorite was.
Ooh.
Okay, I can do that. I'm pretty positive my favorite was Old Overholt at number 4.
I think at number 2, mine is Old Overholt.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, okay.
You
you.
both said Old Overholt. So
Lawman?
I think it's really tough. I think number 3 is Old Line.
And that's your favorite?
It's what's scary though is like it has a lot of cherry. I don't know if you tasted the cherry on the back end, like a black cherry on the back end, the aftertaste of it, the last note. And it reminds me almost like a Jefferson's, some of Jefferson's product where you have that sweet cherry on the end.
I align
Yeah,
with that.
I get that.
I think that is also Old Line, and that would be why I didn't like it.
And so I think it's Old Line, and I think only because I'm not as familiar with Old Line, but it screamed Jefferson's with just that cherry profile that they have in a lot of their batches. So that's what I'm going with. And if I'm wrong, then I'm kind of I don't even know what to do now because I'm still me for a loop.
Well, my favorite was A, and I think that's fitting because that will be the first we reveal. And I know what we're drinking, and I know if y'all are correct in your guesses. And
Is A Old Elk?
No, I think it's Granddad. No, you know what? No, it is Old Elk. That's my guess. Old Elk.
JD.
You're in disagreement.
I think number 1 is Old Line.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our A pour for the day is indeed Old Elk.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old Elk has like a Snickers bar, like sweet candy nuttiness. Like all of them have that.
And JD, if you'll remember, early about 10 minutes ago in the episode, the very beginning, JD mentioned it was he clarified it was weeded. But even though we know it's weeded, we're saying we did, but in our mind we're thinking of all the other profiles that Old Elk puts out, which are a lot more complex, a lot more.
This
have
has
a little more of a burn on it.
Yeah, and this is only 88 proof.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
88
So
proof.
that's
It's
kinda,
weeded.
so it's a weird proof.
Yeah,
So it's not the typical Old Elks, but yeah, that was a nice little.
it's grassy.
Yes,
It's
it
like
is.
very dirt, grassy, earthy thing.
It's a little grassy.
That's why I thought it would be a single malt.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
But that was a nice little head fake there. I appreciate
I know how
it.
to get you. Okay, but that being said, I have some fun facts about Old Elk that I didn't know and learned about while researching them.
Okay.
First and foremost,
Is this where we fall asleep again and check out?
no, this is a wild one.
Oh.
Do y'all know anything about the founder of Old Elk?
Greg Metz.
Nope.
Greg Metz is the.
He's the master
Oh,
distiller.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do.
His name is Kurt Richardson.
Correct.
Do you know what his business endeavor was before Old Elk?
I know what his family's business is.
Which,
They own OtterBox.
yes.
Yes. The phone cases.
The iconic
and-
phone case?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's Old Elk.
Yep.
Mr. Otterbox himself.
Yep.
We'll put an Otterbox right here.
Like the fact that they haven't come out with an allocated Old Elk in an OtterBox case. I'm just saying, missed opportunity.
We'll get our
Mid-
Photoshop guy to
Or,
whip
guys
up.
or
listening?
new opportunity.
Hey,
new
if-
opportunity.
If that comes out, we all get a cut. Just saying.
That's points.
yeah,
We
I
all
think
get
we
points.
definitely need at least one for the
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
Do y'all also know about their slow cut method for their whiskey? And
No.
No.
Hey, this is a family-friendly show, so Benny the Kid, yeah, just like be careful, be careful.
when we get
Tread lightly, dude.
Okay,
Tread
I'll
lightly.
tread lightly.
Okay.
No, I learned about this when reading about their standard lineup on their website. So most of the time, when you cut bourbon with water to proof it down, you use really hot water. Like I would imagine they dump boiling water in
Okay,
because
yeah.
it's purified and
Sure.
whatnot. And according to Old Elk, when you dump a large amount of hot water into a batch of whiskey, it burns off, as they say, some of the finer notes.
Okay.
So they use the slow cut method, TM, which is instead of doing it in like a day, they stretch out their proofing down over weeks and do small amounts of hot water at a time
they're
so
just
that
like-
its whiskey maintains low temperature.
Interesting.
Okay.
Which Old Elk all does taste very, very different than, like, it's a pretty distinct whiskey. So,
Yeah.
Having said that, this is one of their lighter bottles.
yeah, it's
It
one of their
is.
lighter
Very,
offerings.
very light.
We're used to
low
having their
proof.
like barrel proof stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We drink a lot of their
Like
the
store
10-year
picks,
and
that kind of
7-year
stuff. Their store picks.
harder stuff. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are good facts.
Thought that was fascinating.
Now you know.
You know, the more you know. All right, number 2. What do we think number 2 is? Who picked number 2 as their favorite?
Yeah.
And you,
I said Overholt.
And he said it was Old Overholt.
Old Overholt?
I think this is, well, by elimination, I guess I have to assume this is Old Granddad.
I think it's Old Granddad too.
wow.
Going on my memory, I mean, again, hold on, give me a second. I have more. Let me taste it real quick.
Yeah, drink a little more. Live a little.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, but if you go back to this one,
On the fourth one, you mean?
So we had an Old Overholt.
that's hot. 114 rye. That's
Yeah. This is
I think it's
in
Old Granddad.
fact Old Granddad number 2.
Old Granddad.
Mail it in.
I'm pleased to announce that every single one of you are wrong, and that number 2 is the Old Line American Single Malt Whiskey.
Good night,
You gotta be
folks.
kidding me.
It's been great.
Well, we'll see ya.
So you two just swapped
Wow.
7 episodes was awesome, so we're gonna call it quits.
an American Single Malt. You mixed up with the very famous Old Granddad Bond.
Wow.
I don't think we're allowed to speak ever again in this industry.
Yeah,
Well, we will, but let's just have another drink.
Well, I didn't say we weren't going to. I just said we weren't allowed to.
I
Old
did-
Line.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of it.
I mean, the problem though is you barely the malt, the single malt, is not noticeable.
I almost chose that as my favorite.
I mean,
you almost chose a single malt. As
I
your
know.
I
was
yeah.
dangerously close.
well, you played up the single malt at the beginning of the episode so strong with that, and honestly, it's hidden in the very back end of that.
I think that's why we've had that and one other Old Line in the past, and I think they do a great job of kind of masking the real funkiness that comes with single malts. And
Well, they yes they did, because when you say single malt, you automatically say, well, I'm looking for that heavy malted flavor, and it really is. Now that I know what it is, you can taste it, but it's very, like you said, masked. It's
Yeah.
very hidden.
Yeah.
And it's hidden on the very back end. You almost miss it.
so, do y'all know why it's called Old Line? Do you know what Old Line means?
Let me guess that it has something to do with trains.
Okay.
The boats? I see
Boats?
flags.
I would say, is it a throwback to reigniting an old production line of whiskey making that was like shut down for a long time?
all of those answers are incorrect. It actually has to do with the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland.
Naturally. Yeah.
Which is known. It's kind of funny that you're wearing
The old
a
state
Revolutionary t-shirt today because Old Line has to do with the Revolutionary
Yep.
War.
It's an old nickname for Maryland.
Old nickname for Maryland. And
Yep.
I'm actually going to throw it to Lawman. I think Lawman can go do a little bit of research and then maybe pop a squat in one of our other rooms and tell y'all a little
I
about
like
it.
that.
Let's go to the library, my friends. Welcome to a segment we like to call Story Time with the Lawman. Today's reading is on the Old Line story. On August 27, 1776, the British Army, under the command of General William Howe, launched the first major assault since the Americans had declared their independence on July 4th. The Battle of Brooklyn pitched 13,000 Continental troops against Howe's 34,000 British soldiers. Staggeringly outnumbered and surrounded, General Washington ordered a retreat soon after the engagement commenced to avoid a complete disaster. Covering that retreat were Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland infantry called lines, who were positioned near the, my God, it's a French name and it's hard to pronounce. The Vechta Courtla, how do you even say this damn thing? I mean, seriously, staff. Hey, I need the assistant over here. How do you say this thing?
That's going to be the Vecte Courtleu House.
The Vecta. Positioned near the Vecte Courtley House. When the Pennsylvania and Delaware, I need a cup of bourbon. I gotta have you gotta fuel this, man. This doesn't work without, we gotta have a little, we got a little cigar, I gotta yeah. Okay. Woo! What is that?
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. Damn.
Single barrel.
Okay, we can do that. Okay.
Forgiven.
When the Pennsylvania and Delaware lines collapsed and retreated, only the Maryland line was left to cover the retreat. Maryland Major Mordecai Gist, that's one hell of a name, led what was forever been known as the Maryland 400. Even though they actually numbered just 260, maybe 270 men in their dogged defense of the American retreat, they were facing nearly 2,000 British soldiers. The Maryland line held long enough to cover the retreat and allow the Continental Army, under our George Washington, the first president of the United States, to fight another day. In the end, though, those 256 Maryland troops perished in the fight. They gone. That was good. That was good. That's good. That's good TV. That's good TV. In the end, 256 Maryland troops perished in the fight, with less than a dozen making it back to the Continental lines. Watching the Marylanders' actions from a nearby position, General George Washington watched what he called his old line and reportedly remarked to General Israel Putnam, "Good God, what brave fellows I must lose this day."
All right, so that's cool. What else can we get wrong today? So,
Yeah. I appreciate the history lesson, though.
yeah, that was
Hey,
cool.
I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
Well, let's throw it right back to Lawman because you picked number 3 as your favorite, correct?
I did, but I picked it as Old Line. So I have to go with the second horse in this race.
Yeah.
Now, by elimination, I have to say that this one's Old Granddad, as far as I'm concerned.
I would agree with that. That was my
It's
pick.
either Old Granddad or Old Overholt.
I mean, just based on the complexion alone,
I think that's a safe bet. Old Granddad, it fits the profile of what I remember Old
It's
Granddad
crazy
is.
now that you drink it. Now that you go back and drink it, knowing what the second one was, your brain like completely
Yeah.
shifts, and it's almost like I'm a freaking idiot. Like, how would I not know that's Old Granddad?
Yeah, you smell them back to back, and it's like, how would I not have picked
I'm
this out
also
as the
doing that
malt?
based on a very strong assumption that that's Old Overholt.
And I get like a salted peanuts thing, kind of
Yes.
like what you get with Beam sometimes.
Yep.
Alex, Old Granddad for 2000.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Number 3 is indeed Old Granddad.
We are back in the land of the living.
Old Granddad bonded. Do y'all know who Old Granddad is?
I have an Old Granddad.
He's-
Well, I did.
Somebody's old granddad.
But no, do you know who the Old Granddad? The namesake, the man on the bottle.
Doesn't look like my Old Granddad.
I have a feeling you're going to let us know.
Yeah.
Lawman, no guesses?
I don't remember who old granddad is.
The Old Granddad, as seen on the bottle, is Mr. Basil Hayden Sr. himself.
Oh.
Oh,
I guess that could have been.
that makes sense.
We could have been a decent
Beam,
guess. We
Basil
didn't
So
even try.
if you had to like choose between
Yeah, y'all could have like put a little effort in there. Come on.
I don't know. Jim Beam. I don't know.
So Uncle Nearest, Basil Hayden, if you had to choose between that bottle that has been on everybody's grandfather's shelf
Yep.
or hidden under their car seat
Right.
of their old granddad's
Truck.
Chevy truck
Uh-huh.
for the last 60 70 years, if you had to choose between that bottle and the Basil Hayden line.
Oh,
Old Granddad.
yeah. That's,
All day.
that's not even
Okay,
a
I'm
choice.
just making sure. Just
Yeah,
making sure
'cause
I'm in the right
Basil
company.
is only going to be
80
proof.
It's only 80 proof.
It's
Could
like
be
60 bucks.
Yeah, some of them 50, 60
The
bucks.
problem I have with Basil Hayden is
Got no flavor. It's like someone
Here,
pissed
say
in a
it to
bottle.
his face. Say it to his face.
okay. Hey, Granddad, Grandpappy. The problem I have with Basil Hayden is it's like an 80 proof wanting to be in a 60 proof body.
But kudos to creating a new line and making more money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There
So
you
was
go.
this $25, $30, 100 proof?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Well, hey, if it was good enough for the old guys, it's
Good enough for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good enough for the
Grandpa-
greatest generation.
Grandpa got it. That's right.
For the
Grandpa got
greatest
it?
generation.
Grandpa
it's
knows
good enough
best.
for you,
Yep.
So
Way to go, Boomer.
we've we've all been talking Beam, obviously, with Old Granddad. How long has Old Granddad been owned by Beam? Any ideas?
That's a trick question.
that is
of
a
being
trick question.
owned versus because you automatically think about how long it's been a brand.
Exactly.
So that's a trick question, my friend.
So when did it become a part of the Jim Beam portfolio?
Probably in the last 25 years. My
80s.
guess.
1985.
85,
It's 81.
81,
I would say mid 90s.
mid 90s. JP, it's going to you. It was 87.
Ooh.
Look at you.
All right.
1987.
Finally pulling a win around
I'm making
here.
a comeback.
Originally part of the National Distillers Group, they were sold to Fortune Brands Holding, which became Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, by process of elimination, that would lead us to
Yep.
JP's favorite pour, which is
Old Overholt.
Old Overholt.
That's a great pour. I keep one of those bottles at home all the time. And this one, like, it came in hot. So it was, to me, it was pretty blazingly clear.
It doesn't drink much hotter than the old line to me.
Oh, I think so.
I will say this. That would be a great, I've never used it before, but I think that would work well for an old fashioned.
Oh, yeah.
It's
were great,
fantastic in a
yeah.
Manhattan. This is perfect. That's what I use it for.
I've always, my go-to default is a Woodford old fashioned, but that would make a great old fashioned.
Yeah, the higher proof, so it would work great.
Yeah, if
with
you want
ice.
one with old fashioned little kick to it.
Yeah, it fills with body.
Yeah.
All right, I got a fun fact on this
Oh,
one.
I teed you up for that. There was no.
What'd you say?
It fills it with body. Whatever.
That's what she said.
He missed it.
I work with children. All right. I got a fun fact on this one, and then I got a little trivia question on this one for you.
Okay.
One, I thought this was really, really neat. Old Overholt is America's oldest continually maintained brand of whiskey, meaning it has not gone out of production since it began. It has
Wow.
been continually maintained.
Slow and
Even
steady.
during Prohibition.
Even during Prohibition, it shifted over to being sold
As
medicinally.
medicine. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Of course.
It was founded in 1810, known as Old Rye, and then since 1888, it's been known as Old Overholt.
Wow.
So
If
I
you
mean,
don't have a bottle, go get you a bottle of that. By the way, if you're like out there chasing, like what do we call those guys?
taters,
Taters.
Taters. If you're a tater out there, one way you can like help yourself is to like take a break and go back into the bottom shelf and get a couple of these that have been around for decades.
It's easy.
There's a reason they've been around for decades, by the way.
There's a reason it's been sold
Yeah.
since 1810.
Yeah,
Yes,
fair.
because it's good. It's really good. It's affordable. And it's also like part of a massive legacy.
And it's a heck of a lot easier to get a hold of than all the other things you're chasing.
It's like a $30, $35 114 proof. It's like that's probably
yeah.
the cheapest.
And if you want to be
114
really
proof
cool about
on the
it,
shelf.
around Christmas time, go and buy a case of it. Keep 1 or 2 bottles for yourself and give the rest away to all your friends.
Yeah.
So they have some good bourbon to drink as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's also a great looking bottle. It just looks old.
Yeah, it's classic.
Life lessons with the lawman.
Oh, that could
Is
be
that
a segment.
I just started it. It's a thing now.
right,
my
next
people will
episode.
talk to your people and we'll get all the paperwork
Okay.
drawn
All
up.
right. I just need a few points on it. That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
You got them.
I got one last little trivia question on this one for you.
I got it.
Old Overholt was the drink of choice, surprisingly enough, by 2 U.S. presidents.
Of course it was.
Do you know what U.S. presidents chose Old Overholt?
Doesn't matter. They were Republicans.
One would have been Ulysses
That's a funny
S.
question because
Grant.
you might be wrong. Wait,
Ulysses S. Grant.
damn right. Wow. How'd you know that?
Because
you pulled that out of your ass.
No,
didn't you?
I did not. I have a postgraduate degree in some of this stuff, and so I do know from expertise.
That was
about
in
this.
in the studies that.
Well, if you study American history, you'll realize that out of all the presidents, of which most of them, with the exception of a couple of teetotalers, most of them drank, at least socially. Ulysses S. Grant, as a president, and even before he was a president, and definitely after he was president, the entire time, he was
His whole life.
drunk on his butt all the time. He was always drunk. Throughout most of the Civil War, he was drunk. He was a one big, massive alcoholic.
That's the same thing with Churchill.
Churchill, yes.
Churchill was
Oh,
drunk
he
out
was-
of his mind,
Oh,
but he saved the world.
I don't know if he was drunk out of his mind. I think he was toasty all the time.
Dude, if you
he
follow
was-
his routine, there is no possible way a human body cannot be drunk.
He
By
was
the way,
frosty.
in the show notes, let's throw up this next week. Let's throw up in the show notes his routine.
I'll put up Churchill's routine, and I'll see if I can find Ulysses' routine as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you could also throw up any picture on Google of Ulysses S. Grant because in any of those pictures, I
He's drunk.
guarantee you he's drunk.
Okay.
He's pissed
Wow.
drunk.
But he's drunk on Old Overholt.
One
More
of
than
many.
likely.
Yeah, more than likely.
It was his drink of choice, but it was also another president's drink of choice. This one, I think, is going to throw you for a bit of a curveball, so I want some guesses.
I'm going to go with Taft.
Taft.
I don't know. I was going for curveballs.
I like it.
Can you give me one hint? And the hint, the request I have is before or after Grant?
After.
After Grant.
And it's kind of a testament to the longevity of this whiskey that it was still the drink of choice of this president.
I want to say
William Jefferson Clinton.
I want to say it's going to be FDR.
All right, FDR, Taft.
FDR, JFK, but I'm thinking FDR.
We'll pick one.
Old Overholt. No, I take that back. For FDR, he was a blue blood, so I don't think this would have fit his. He was more of a champagne, and
Oh, that makes sense.
it wasn't FDR. JFK was a blue blood too, more of a white trash blue blood, but he was still blue blood. Let's see, but his dad was a bootlegger. JFK, true story. He made most of his money running
Moonshining.
yeah,
Huh.
running moonshine for the
I
mob.
don't think I knew that.
So you're going to lock that
true
one in?
Story. So it wasn't JFK.
No,
I
it
don't
wouldn't have
think-
been him.
No, he was too much of a blue blood. He was second generation wealth. Oh man, I'm just gonna throw this out there.
We're all gonna catch it.
Reagan.
All right. Reagan,
That's
Taft,
a decent guess right there.
Just Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
If I didn't go with Reagan, I would go with Eisenhower or Truman. No, Truman didn't drink.
Yeah.
I think it would have been
I was
Eisenhower.
thinking Truman, but yeah.
Lawman, I was really excited for you for a minute because Old Overholt was indeed the drink of choice by none other than John F. Kennedy.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think
You
you kind of overthought that one.
you can take. I might have overthought it. You
Yeah.
can take the blue blood out of the white trash, but you can't take that white trash out of the blue blood.
This
So there
lessons
you
with
go.
Lawman.
JFK. Hey, that'd be kind of a cool poster of JFK with a bottle of Overholt in front of him. Maybe we throw that up.
Maybe
We
we
can
make that
Photoshop
happen.
that up.
We'll make
Yeah,
that
come
happen.
on.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
We
little
can make-
t-shirt.
we can make that happen.
JFK and Ulysses side by side with a bottle right in the middle.
Oh,
There
man.
you go.
All right, is there a
Nice.
winner? Did one of us win?
We're all winners. We've
No,
had 4 glasses of
I don't-
whiskey.
I
I feel
don't-
like a
We
winner.
I
get
don't-
participation trophies.
I don't do
is
the
that what we're doing?
participation trophy thing.
So-
Name a winner.
Why do it's gonna go to Lawman. He got Ulysses S. Grant right off the
Ulysses
top of the
S.
head.
Grant was
got
a
the
tough
history
choice.
lesson. So
You got the
yeah.
history
That was
lesson.
from deep downtown, man.
Yeah.
Swish
That
all
was.
day long.
I'll give you that one. You can win that one. It's all yours. What else we got? Is that it?
It's been a pretty good episode.
So everyone's a winner. We all get trophies.
Some get bigger trophies than others, though.
That's fine.
All right.
Whatever. I'll go with the participation trophy. Let
This
him
went
win.
exactly how we knew it was going to go.
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I think I kind of need to give it to JP because looking down the line, the only person who's finished all 4 of their classes is JP.
Hey, how about I
So-
do it at Infinity?
Yeah.
Thank you, folks.
glass?
Good night.
Oh, I could get on board with that.
I can't.
How about we start a little tradition? We'll do an Infinity glass every so often.
I can't
that's
get
good
on board
fun.
with that. I drank them all.
No, but that's
Well, I
fine.
can do this.
We shooting the infinity glass.
We're shooting.
Lawman?
We're
Yeah, that's
shooting
not
the
gonna
Infinity
happen.
glass.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think this has
JD's
ever been
got
done
a good
before.
looking infinity
No.
glass, right?
Hey, as we close out, we're gonna
Oh, sure.
initiate a new
okay.
tradition. The Infinity declaring. I've already had enough to drink.
Is that a car?
Sounds like it.
That's an American
to
made
all
car.
those declarants
The
out there.
DeLorean McLaren.
We have an Infinity Glencairn.
There you go. You got it.
I got it.
An infinity declaring.
The new Infinity Glencairn to the hard proof.
Is that how we're cheersing out every week now?
Yeah, why not?
I like it.
All right.
It's a
Cheers.
tradition. Infinity.
Hey,
Glencairns. It's hard to say.
Hey,
It's
to
hard to
everybody,
say.
we gotta get outta here.
Cheers to everybody who's actually made it this far into the video.
Yeah. Cheers to you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
See ya.
Follow all the socials at the Hard Proof and
Smash!
the like button. Cheers.
Cheers.